and welcome to We Women Want. This week on the show, we are going to be taking a look at the Sia Agarwal Ketan case. For all those or any of those who have not been reading the newspaper, have not heard of Sia, just a brief recap about the case. Sia she's a Pune-based girl, 22-year-old. She was in an arranged marriage with Ketan Agarwal, a rich Marwadi family. The marriage was fixed by somebody who saw her at a wedding, and the parents wanted her to get married to him. She agreed to get married, but she was in love with somebody else. We're not sure whether she told her parents this or not. Public perception is that she did not tell the parents, but she definitely did not want to get married to Ketan. She went through the rituals, which means a lot of Instagram postings, a lot of choreographed moments. The whole proposal has come out on Instagram. It's been choreographed and put out there, but Sia was definitely not very happy. She made 3 attempts to murder her husband, and eventually she succeeded. She, along with her boyfriend Chetan, are now in prison facing a trial. But the larger question that comes out really is, why couldn't Sia have told her parents? I mean, is killing him when he's just a fiancé, is that the way out? Could she have found no other way out of the situation? And also the difference between what we saw on Instagram and the reality really of what was going on. The pressure of the social media is something we're going to be discussing today. Not just this case, but the larger question of how Gen Z reacts to marriages, how they live this dual life. There is the whole mythology of Instagram and the grim reality of what happens when the picture is posted. That is something I'm going to be discussing on the panel today. I have with me Leher Kala. She's a columnist with the Indian Express. In fact, Leher had written a very interesting column this Sunday, which is what sparked off this conversation. I have Minal Bhatnagar. She runs a wedding. She's the founder of Marigold by Minal. She is a wedding planner. And I have Ratan Priya. She's a columnist with The Print. She writes on relationships. And do I let out secrets when I say you're working on a book?
Yes, I'm working on a book on young love in India.
On young love in India, and which leads to young murder also.
Yeah, maybe I should change it to young murders in India.
Murder, love and dhoka. But Leher, since we know this sparked off with you, the whole pressure, there's a social media pressure also coming in. Before you came in, I was talking to Minal and she made a very good point. She's saying now there's a third element that has come into our marriages.
Correct.
Apart from the groom, the bride, it's the Instagram world.
Correct. So, as I wrote in my piece last Sunday, this was frightening to me, that allegedly this girl was planning this, and her Instagram post was this lovey-dovey, romance and this, this very, very perfectly choreographed sort of proposal. I mean, I thought it was horribly cheesy, and I would have thought so even if this murder hadn't happened. So there are 2 things here. A, if there's something really fabulous happening in your life, what compels you to want to share it with randoms? Okay, because a lot of people on our Instagram profiles are randoms. I mean, they're friends, they're colleagues, but they're not like our intimate friends,
Right.
So there's that. So in my opinion, this is something that's created entirely by wedding planners to make more money. And they're succeeding, and why not? Listen, if you can sell people the fact that, तुम जैसे वो उस romance picture में ऐसे उन्होंने proposal की थी तो वैसे करो तुम्हारे albums में आ जाएगा. They cost 5 to 7 lakhs. Any of these pre-wedding shoots. And more than that, why would you want to participate in something that's not your reality? It's not your reality on how you proposed. You may have proposed randomly I was proposed to on a random New Year's night, These are things that happen spontaneously.
Yes.
Their parents proposed to each other. The kids did not.
So there was no
Very good
actual,
point,
it was an arranged marriage.
Yeah.
So they're starting off their lives with a lie. But then the thing is that it seems that all of Instagram is a lie, and we all know that, and we are all guilty. We are all guilty. We all post our best pictures. Nobody posts the times when they're sitting at home feeling low, right? You generally tend to post, but there are levels, I imagine, if you're having a terrible day, you may not do anything, and if you're having a good day, you may sort of pretend it's better than it is, but there's still some level of truth in it, I'd like to think.
But here there is just no truth in it.
Yeah, so it's just, and I think this is true of a lot of, also what I wonder about parents, I'm not going to take very long about this, is that, पहले तो हिंदुस्तान में होता था नज़र, अभी बेटा शादी हुई नहीं है, why would you want to put this out there? Also, it makes retreat so much harder. That's another thing that an engagement is not legally binding. Anything can happen. Right. That's why earlier there used to be a saying, Chat Mangni Patvya, so that you don't, the gap is not long. But here now, you can't retreat. it makes you look even worse. Like in a situation like Sia's, it makes her look even guiltier now.
Yeah.
You know?
Now I just chat mangni pat katal. They go straight way out is murder. So, is it? I mean, I don't know whether we can really blame the wedding planners.
No,
to be
I'm not
fair.
blaming the wedding
Yeah.
planners.
no, I don't
I'm
think
saying the
she's-
pre-wedding shoot is
Is
something
such
that's
a-
come up as another addition to the grand Indian wedding. That's it.
You
Yeah.
see, I think what's happened is that the scale of weddings in the last decade or so has really taken, like, it's grown by leaps and bounds, right? Social media and even like Pinterest, Instagram, Facebook, all of these factors have added to the performative value of a wedding. So now I have been a part of the industry before social media came into existence, where weddings were about a celebration or a coming together of two families, two communities, financial arrangements, whatever they may be, the dynamics were always there. The need for validation from society has unfortunately been a part of Indian weddings.
Yeah.
Now it's become magnified because there is another third audience, which is the Instagram audience or the social media presence. So it's no longer about the people present at the wedding, but it's also the people who will be looking at your wedding where your wedding goes viral. Now, who makes these weddings viral? We have 10 or 15 collaborators that make a wedding happen. You've got the best of hotels, you've got photographers, you've got wedding planners, you've got makeup artists, you've got artists, singers, DJs. All of them have found the opportunity to promote their business,
Yeah.
where the wedding is the reason why they're able to promote it.
Correct.
Now, if I'm doing a wedding as a planner or a designer, I will obviously showcase my best work because it gives me, and this on Instagram has created so many opportunities for small businesses like ours to
Yeah.
grow, right?
Yeah.
So I will show the best of what my value is, right? As a designer, if I were to come at your wedding or
Correct.
an event that I had to execute. Now imagine all these 10 collaborators putting your work out there, using the best algorithms of Instagram to reach out globally or wherever their audiences lie, and therefore you become viral. Byproduct of that is that suddenly these couples are now performing not only for their wedding and for their friends and family, but also like how will it look on the internet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that is, so I don't think the blame is any one party's, it's the coming together of the 20 people that happen to
Yeah.
make a
It's
wedding.
the culture.
So
at
it's
large.
become part of who we are, and it's become the larger part of validation. Now validation is not only from society, but also if how many likes I got, how many comments I got, who liked my wedding, will I become the next Next
Does it
trend?
look like we are in love? If it looks like we are
If we are in love,
then
we have to
might
go and
be.
do a photo shoot. Now
Okay,
you have
yeah,
travel
so-
agencies who are
Yeah.
promoting themselves as pre-wedding destination shoots. So if there's so
They
many
make
businesses,
so couples make their separate Instagram page. Suppose in case of Ketan and Sia, I don't know if they did. So Ketan and Sia, that would be the username,
Yeah.
and that entire account is just created for pre-wedding things or during wedding things, so that little moments. चूड़ा पहन रही है, लड़का लड़की एक दूसरे को देख रहे हैं, मुस्कुरा रहे हैं. That whole account is just that. और उसका डिस्क्रिप्शन भी ये होता है आर स्टोरी.
हाँ.
उसमें कुछ
Hashtag.
स्टोरी नहीं समझ में आ रही है आपको क्या स्टोरी है. इट्स जस्ट ग्रेट आउटफिट्स, lovely candid moments and candid moments and the decoration and all, where they went for honeymoon, and then I don't know, wahi se if it goes well, if they go viral, then I mean, I have seen some women who start their influencer career because of their wedding, because how viral they go, how fabulous their outfit was. They just can't stop posting about their weddings because now they're hooked to it. Every reel you're posting about your wedding is getting like 5,000 likes and all. You will get addicted to it. You were like, each and every shot that the photographer has taken of me should be used for likes. And then who knows, maybe I'll get a brand deal also.
Sure.
And I know people, at least 2 people I know, who started posting like 4 months before their wedding, and 6 months in, they've like, I don't know, 10,000 followers. अभी wedding तो खत्म हो गई है, अभी wedding का वो excitement भी खत्म हो गया है, फिर भी डाल रहे हैं वो पुराने pictures.
Okay, but you made another point also before this, saying it's the parents who took the decision or the.
Yeah.
So why now? Because today's generation, we are the Bumble generation, or so many other dating apps.
It's a scam. It's a total scam. We want to look like those pretty white couples who, stand in front of a scenic background and the guy pops the question and the girl is like
Yeah.
ऐसा कुछ नहीं है, वो बिल्कुल भी शौक नहीं है
They're looking like-
उसको 2 महीने से पता था कि उसकी शादी होने वाली है. सब the pandit knows, the wedding planner knows at this point, and they have probably decided where they're going to live and all. Everything is decided. It's just for, I need this moment. I'm not saying this is something scam hai to theek hai, you are allowed to live beautiful lives, but I guess it's not something that, we need to understand that this is just a show. This proposal thing in India is just a show. यहाँ पे ऐसा नहीं होता है.
we are
Parents
not-
decide and then you make that video.
You play out the script, so it's not a candid life; it's a
Yeah.
choreographed life that we
Yeah.
are living.
Yeah.
It is
I
a
think
choreographed
unfortunately what's happened is that weddings are a moment of celebration, right? They're
Yeah.
memorable stories that you remember for your life, pass it on to your next generation, whatever. That is the ethos of a good wedding.
Yeah.
Now, unfortunately, what's happened is that as a wedding planner, I can say that there are a lot of weddings that we are participating in, where we have clients which have, their weddings are so authentic, so beautifully put together. Instagram plays a role there also. Their weddings are also like featured and all of that. But those weddings, if they've, let's say, created special accounts and all, they're actually sharing pictures of their friends and family and their moments together so that people who didn't attend also could come and see what was going on over there, and they genuinely wanted to share their joy. But I guess the difference lies in what is performative and what is genuine and authentic, and who's doing it for the likes and who's genuinely putting, because social media can work both ways, right? A lot of people like to share their journey with their friends, with their family, colleagues.
No,
all of
there's
that.
nothing wrong with wanting
Absolutely.
to share your joy. It's just that the gap between the projection and
the reality.
is a
Yeah.
little worrying.
Also confusing because you don't really know
Yeah.
what's real and what's not.
That's-
like in Sia's
that's the
case.
thing.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the point.
It's so where is this going to go? I mean, I get the feeling that people are going to just eventually just back down because I think everyone's frightened now a little bit by.
I
or
believe,
they're a little more skeptical, maybe. You know?
Oh, after especially the Sia case, because this was the wedding actually took place at another wedding where there is an aunt or an uncle who made the families meet and proposed the thing. So I believe there is a lot of fear now, especially in the Marwadi families, because this is how the whole thing that should we now rethink. And
About these community endogamy things.
it's families, it's a liaison with two families, merger of two big families coming together. So now the children's voice should that be heard also is the big question.
That'll be great if that happens, yeah.
Yeah.
I think there's already weddings have evolved like that. There are people and you can tell, again, when you have let's say out of the 20 families that we come across, there are many families where earlier the weddings were designed for the couple. Now a lot of them are led by the couple. They are designed for their friends, for their family, for their union to come together.
So they are
There
making
is
the
a change,
decisions.
but I'm not saying it's absolute. We have a long way to go. But I feel like more and more families and people are coming together for the right reasons. Of course, you have cases like Sia's unfortunate thing, and this is the reality that we also live in. We were discussing that how India is so diverse in its culture, community, traditions. Every family comes with a different set of understanding of what a marriage is, and then they pass that on to their children, who then get conditioned to believe that it's about settling down, it's about, sort of
So marriage
more than
is
love.
not- yeah.
Unfortunately, there is that reality also.
Okay, I'm going to take a break and come back, and I also want to talk about two cases recently, the Twisha case and the Sia case. Both the girls seem to be pretty independent and pretty why couldn't they say no? Was there a pressure from the families to adjust? One took her own life, the other took her fiance's life. There has to be some other way out of all this, and these are girls who on the surface seem as if they could have said no, but why didn't they? Stay with us. Hello and welcome back to We Women Want. This week we're taking a look at learnings and takeaways from the Sia Agarwal case. My question really to you, Priya, the two cases, Twisha and Sia, all these girls, is it that pressure to adjust? एक ये भी बहुत बोलते हैं पेरेंट्स से adjust कर लो. Whether it doesn't matter what financial strata, because Twisha was financially independent.
Yeah.
She still took her own life because I don't know whether what her parents told her, but she felt she couldn't walk out.
She-
Why did Sia could not say no?
I mean, that is for Sia to answer. But then I think, you get raised in an environment where you don't think there is a way out of it. Once, I mean, she told this to police, that I told Ketan I don't want to marry you, and then he said that if you don't marry me, my family will hunt you down or something like that, he said to her. What is true, we don't know. But then if I imagine myself in her, I mean, I don't want to, but I know a lot of business family girls who even in 12th class, before they are out of 12th class, they have these plans about getting married sometime by the end of first year or second year, not even making it to graduation. It's not important to them. It's not like कि उनसे कोई power छिन रहा है. It is also empowering to them कि मुझे ये मिलेगा, ऐसी jewelry मिलेगी, I'll go there, I'll do that. This is what I've been told I'll do. I'll get married to another business family. And this is the world that parents build for their little girls, and they cannot escape. It's very easy to say that, oh, you're educated, you have money, you have social media presence, you must know what's wrong and right. But then the reality is, a lot of times there are majority of women in this country who cannot speak in front of their parents. There is no
Is it
other
just-
way.
Can I add to that? See, I think at 22, you anyway have very limited resources. Even if
20,
you come.
she's just 20, and
Yeah.
when it
20
was
is
fixed,
enough.
she was 19.
Okay, that
Yeah.
is it.
Yeah.
So, the thing is, you can only really have the guts to speak up if you have money. Yeah? You can have your own money. If you're completely dependent on your family, she could have run away with this guy and just said, I don't want to marry.
What will she do if she runs away? She's used to the
But at least
luxury
she-
of her home. What will that guy do to give her? Will he give her that
Yeah,
kind
but
of
she
life?
got a crore from that guy apparently for the wedding shopping. She could have set it up. She could have done something with that and got some sort
No,
of
but
job.
the 1 crore has
you
to be
know.
counted for, no? The other family is very powerful also, so she can't just run off with the money.
The 1 crore.
I'm sure that, see, first we can't sit and speculate on something which is an
Yeah.
ongoing investigation. So we really don't know the reality of exactly what happened. But I feel like in our country, like you pointed out, a lot of it is how you're groomed right from the beginning. So it's like your conditioning. If you're groomed to get married, you're never groomed to feel empowered. So whether A or B was possible, if you're not feeling empowered to make the decision, you can have all the money in the world. You can have everything. But if that empowerment has been robbed from you all your life, then where do you stand? Then how do you make these, the correct decisions for your life? So
Also,
I feel like maybe that's the gap.
You make negotiations with your family, with the society. Okay, if I do these things, I'll get to live this kind of life. I'll be relatively free where I am. A lot of women who get married very early, why do they do that? Because the conversation that I've had is that it's okay, I'll get away from my parents for
So it
whatever
seems like
reason.
everything is a trade-off.
Yeah.
Like marriage is also a trade-off for them, for a better life, for better.
Yeah,
Today,
which
everything is a trade-off,
Yeah, correct.
you know?
Which is correct also in one sense, everything you do, there is a pros and cons. Every relationship is.
See, what we don't know yet is whether the parents were really putting a lot of pressure on her to marry this boy, and if she had very clearly told them she didn't want to.
Yeah.
That's not come out yet.
That's
At
not
least it's not come out clearly.
In that
But
sense.
irrespective, this has been a disaster for her. It's been wrong decisions, and I suppose it's the wrong time also to say that even if she's under pressure, whatever pressure she was under, this is
Murder doesn't justify
anything,
nothing,
yeah.
anything. There are many other solutions, and she's destroyed her own life,
Yeah,
by
she
this.
has. At the end of the day,
It's her life that's.
also taken. But there was this whole story about her going to Bali for a photo shoot. Bali is a popular destination, is it? And she even pretended to. She hid the fiance's passport. She didn't want to go. The cab drivers.
Didn't you find it a little odd that so many of these little things happened
kept piling up,
and the nobody caught on that there's something
Yeah.
off about this?
Everybody is acting like they were clueless. The mother, the brother, everybody. Nobody knows.
Including the boy's family.
The boy's
Yeah.
family as
And
well.
the boy's father has come out and said that the son told him that she's on the phone constantly and I can never get through to her.
Yes.
So there were plenty of red flags which for whatever reason everybody seems to have disregarded.
Disregarded, yeah.
So then, what is the way out? Is it, in terms of of course, these arranged marriages, and that's the other thing. Are arranged marriages again coming back, or did they never go away?
They never
They never went away. It was just.
It was just, yeah.
They may have evolved a little bit.
Yeah,
I think,
now it's more about what kind of guy do you want to be with.
Yeah.
I guess it's now become more like a constructive introduction.
Okay.
And then it's on the families, and there are other platforms like you have traditional matchmakers, but you also have online platforms. See, these are all ways of finally meeting someone who you may be compatible
Which
with.
is great.
Right,
Which is
but
nothing wrong with that.
ultimately, I don't think that one or the other is right or wrong. It is the coming together of two people. Now, if that is essentially not happening, then whether your arrangement lies with an external party or you met at a party and then decided to, date each other or get to know each other, whatever the right terminology may be. But I think at the end of the day, do we have equal voices? Or are we being told to constantly adjust to the perfect boy, perfect family? I think that's where the disparity is, right? Women are.
And also, again, a conversation I was having with you before the show, the markers that we set into compatibility. It should not be the family, it should not be the degree, it should be what are the qualities that we should, it should not be she's fair, Purana fair and lovely, so chalo, that has been debunked hopefully by all the campaign. But some markers should be there that this is what you should look for, not just the paper, the lineage or the pedigree or the degree.
See, I think arranged marriages work because between communities, because all the areas of conflict that there could be between people, which is were
remove हो
removed.
जाते हैं,
The
हाँ.
caste,
Right?
community,
Caste,
economics.
economic status,
Yeah,
family backgrounds. So if and I'm telling you, I think it's a very good way to do it in that sense, because if the lower number of conflicts you can avoid with somebody you're living with, the better off you are in the long run. So there's a sound principle behind that.
I agree with you actually.
Yeah.
Also, she wouldn't have to move out of Pune. She'd stay in the same city as her
That
parents.
helps.
Yeah, that helps.
That also was part of
I mean, see, your parents will always have your best interest in mind, but sometimes their definition of your best interest will be
Is
according
their
to
best interest.
their generation,
Yeah,
their
yes.
understanding.
Is their understanding, They just lack the imagination to understand.
They think what things were good for them are also good for
Exactly.
you.
So I
Because she's
feel
saying
like,
that-
I mean, as much money as we invest in weddings, if we were to invest in the actual status of a relationship, for the well-being of a relationship, focus on that investment of
So
time.
are long engagements better recommended, or I mean I know it's case by case, but there's no rule of thumb.
I think a couple should take as much time they need
Before.
to get to know each
Before.
other
Yeah.
before getting married. And I mean, putting a timeline to it is just, I don't know, in 6 months we will get married. What happens in 6
Don't you
months?
think
if
the
we-
entire thing is about the show and the doom dham?
Huh.
So then they need to plan if they want to have like
Yeah.
this big spectacular show.
they need to book the venue and
They
all.
need to do the practical necessities.
But to
make
come
it
back
about
to
that.
your original point, that's very difficult to back out after you've done all the
of
show
this.
and the
Yeah.
your many followers. Then to give them a breakup.
Yeah, and especially if the parents they would have had some indication that she's not happy. There's no
So
way.
she did say that I didn't like he wears a wig, and she found some issues with his physical appearance. She can, that's her.
but she's telling this to the police. We don't know if she said
told her parents.
she told her parents about this.
Point. That's a good
Okay,
point.
yeah.
Now it's coming out as a sort of a justification or whatever. But the real versus real life is really I think a huge problem.
That's the dilemma actually that we live in. We don't know what's real. Now we also have been planned such beautiful weddings for such beautiful couples who, it's amazing to see the coming together of such souls. But how do we show the difference of what their wedding looks like versus something which is more performative? And like I said, see, we only meet them for a short span of time, so we don't really know what's going on in the background, and it's not my
place to
responsibility to judge or place to judge. I'm there to curate these beautiful moments for them and go with what their vision is, bring that to life. That's my job really. It ends there. But you do see that if things are evolving, some of it hasn't involved. Some communities definitely need more time and space to understand what the reality of a marriage is versus what they perceive it to be. So we have a long way to go.
I think culture in India is set by the ultra wealthy, And
Why-
it's when you
yeah.
see like the Ambanis have these big spectacular shows,
the other
and
one, huh?
you watch Karan Johar movies where everything is about these glittering lehengas and pomp and splendor. But then you look at a guy like Mark Zuckerberg who got married in his own backyard with Coldplay playing. Everyone was in Keds and jeans, and he had a barbecue, and there were 40 people.
That's not an Indian aspiration. That it's
No,
Yeah.
definitely not.
it's not an
That's
Indian
not even a
aspiration.
Diwali party.
That's not the aspiration that they're showing. See, also
Yeah.
like
No,
social
but
media,
there's something
there it's
lovely
playing
about
this role.
Indian celebrations. There is something beautiful about these spectacular shows and the color and the only thing is that it's tipped to a point in which it's all blurred into.
There's no individualism. I see that this thing about performing, how you want to be seen as a couple and all, you're only copying the other viral couple.
Yeah.
You're
Good point.
the whole wedding, that
Trending
pre-wedding
weddings.
shoot that they shot, all of that choreography is such predictable stuff. I mean, I've seen that in 1,000 videos. मतलब इतना easy है to come off as this happy-go-lucky couple who's like going to live on forever and ever. This is happily ever after. This is how it looks like. लहंगे में दौड़ रही है लड़की, लड़का उसके पीछे दौड़ रहा है. He hangs on to her dupatta and all of that. This is all very
So cheesy.
cheesy, tacky, and it's all repetitive. तुम कुछ नया करो. Embarrass yourself in a good, new way, unique way.
Yeah.
If you want to go viral.
Do you also think this has something to do with, young people have become very conformist. They're very scared of saying the wrong thing. They're very scared of being individuals because they'll be cancelled.
Yeah.
Because there's this culture also where you've got to,
Good
watch
point,
what
yeah.
you say so that you're
Yeah.
not cool.
Saying the right thing, having the
So-
right opinions
Yeah.
about.
So people are not willing in this younger lot to just say whatever it is they're thinking,
To be
Which
themselves.
Not even rebels, just to be truthful. Because there's an expectation that you have to, you have to be very woke, you have to be very with it, and so they're not able to break out of that.
But the class that we are talking here, the class that Ketan and Sia were from, I don't think they cared about being right or being seen as
Yeah, very clearly they didn't.
good people. They were, I mean, you can see she's such a bhondu for doing what she did, and the whole family. This guy was also not telling his parents if he was finding red flags. Why was he going along with it? Why was he being even more cheesy with her? This thing of if a relationship is not going well, you give more into it and then something better will come out of it. This is all very practiced and rehearsed performance of love that we are seeing right now. जो आप देखते हो, जो आपको लगता है कि this is how it is supposed to be, and what do you think, what do you expect will come out of it in the end? What was the self in it?
I feel like the narrative is now being defined by social media in a lot of ways. So people, when they like someone or they decide to get married, it's no longer their own vision only. A lot of it is, social media is supposed to give you the aspiration for planning a well-designed wedding or whatever. It's become competitive now. The aspiration has gone off the window. It's become like this narrative that social media is setting, that you want to have a happy wedding. This is what a happy, successful wedding looks like. This is where your photo shoot needs to be. If you are in one of these 10 venues, then you're a happening. So the narrative of happiness at a wedding or a beautifully curated wedding is told by a third party that has nothing to do with your reality. So if you suffer from validation issues or there's any kind of peer pressure or social pressure or whatever, social media will definitely help you bring that alive in proportions you can't imagine.
Yeah.
But if for people, and we have seen a lot of such couples where they are confident about their own stories, they know who they are, they've established their own truth and reality and then decided to get married, those weddings look very different, and most of the time they're not even covered on social media, right?
Yeah.
They're just like the memories within the 50 or
Close
500 people who were at the wedding. Right?
Fair enough. So be, I think, happy rather than be happening is really the message
Absolutely,
here.
always, no?
But be yourself. Social media can be also help. It's not all evil, but don't fall into the pressure of your peers and trying to live up to somebody else's story. Own your own story. Thank you all of you for this conversation, and we'll see you again same time next week.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.